Hey Clark, check out this beauty. Beautiful scene up on the Grand Mesa Lodge area. This is their newest installation. It's a webcam. I grabbed this still, 7:38 this morning, beautiful silhouette. We had clear skies earlier. Since then, we've put some clouds over the area, and that's what we expect tonight and throughout the day tomorrow. In fact, we never really get a clearing until Saturday night, but we're in between storm systems. And by the way, starting this morning, if you thought it was cold, you're right. Low 20s at Grand Junction, 14 degrees at Montrose. We should be 16, 17 degrees this time of the year. We're going to maintain these cold temperatures in the morning hours all the way through the weekend, all the way through next week. Yeah, we're back into that cold pattern and not necessarily a rainy or snowy pattern either. We're going to be focusing on the temperatures even with two incoming storm systems. High temperatures for the day, mid-30s for just about all of us along the Highway 50 corridor. Now, interesting note, as we're progressing into January, our average high temperature is also increasing, so we should be about 38, 39 degrees. And we won't see those temperatures. We won't feel those numbers. We're running on the mild side of things for the previous weeks. That's just not going to be the case moving forward. In fact, temperatures right now, not far off from the highs, but we're on the low end of the 30s. I'll talk about the wind chill in a moment. We don't have a lot of wind, but we do feel a little bit colder outside. And tomorrow, we're going to be right back where we were today. Very similar conditions, except we have more cloud coverage, and we actually have a storm system that's going to pass right alongside us. And I mean from north to south in the state of Utah and then swing underneath Colorado. We do have chances, and I'll talk about that. They're not the greatest. We have that north wind primarily keeping us on the cold side, less than 10 miles per hour. There is a bit of a wind chill, and our top wind gusts today, 10 to 15 miles per hour. That's manageable. But when you add that element of wind greater than 5 miles per hour in an environment that's colder than 50 degrees, instead of those low 30s, we're in the mid-20s right now. So if you're heading out and about tonight, the order of business is make sure you're dressed for the weather. And keep in mind, we're sub-freezing. We've had a lot of moisture, a lot of precipitation of late. You could hit some icy spots. So again, be very careful. But that's about the hazardous weather you'll experience. Clean sweep on the radar across the entire state. One storm system exiting all the way into the Great Lakes region. We have another incoming storm system. However, we're less than 24 hours away, and this would be the time we would see a winter storm watch. We don't have that in the state of Colorado. Yeah, Kansas will. We move forward towards a winter weather advisory. We may see something at the last minute pop up from the National Weather Service right here in Grand Junction for some local areas. But again, this is not a direct impact. We certainly don't anticipate a winter storm warning. We don't expect an intense storm system out of this. Instead of measuring snow around the 20-inch category, we'll be looking at measuring it in the 2-inch category. That gives you an indication of the intensity. It's not all that strong. So here's the system we've been talking about. It's dropping down, jet stream cradling it all the way into the southern zones, all the way almost to the international border on the southern side of things. But here's the current low pressure system. Lots of precip in northern Arizona and in Utah. As we cycle through the overnight hours tonight, get into early Friday morning, this is a quick moving system, and it's going to swing primarily below us. State of Colorado right here. Low pressure system tomorrow morning starting to work its way towards the Four Corners region. By midday, that's where we'll see some of that intensity. So we may see a winter weather advisory for portions of the San Juan. It would be a very brief window for that. And then of course we get into Friday afternoon, Friday evening, already exiting onto the eastern plains, leaving the western slope with cloud coverage and cold and dry conditions. Now, there's a caveat to that because some of the models are starting to interpret, we might see some snow showers in the early morning hours. Certainly after sunrise tomorrow, some of our mesas, mountains, and plateaus to our west, that includes the La Salles in the Utah area and the Abajo in the Utah area, they'll be picking up some snow. Those higher elevations, 6 to 12, absolutely. Lower elevations, well, mid-morning and afternoon hours, this is where things get interesting because late afternoon, this system should already be well east of the divide. So whether or not this comes to fruition, I'm putting my money on mid-morning instead of mid-afternoon and evening for any chance of snow flurries to appear in our area. That's Grand Junction, Delta, Montrose. No accumulation. And that's all we can really say about this fast-moving system is that the timing in this in-house model is a little bit on the incorrect. If you're going to look for snow flurries, do it in the early morning hours. Friday night, quiet. Getting into Saturday, quiet. And if you're looking for another night to stargaze, it would be Saturday night. That's when we get mostly clear conditions returning to the area. Of course, that'll be in between the systems. The first exiting week system, the second incoming week system, both of which are going to reintroduce the colder temperatures. Reinforcements all next week, folks. Grand Junction, remember, we should be about 38 degrees this time of the year. We're on the opposite end of the 30s all afternoon, each afternoon, all next week. And as far as our low temperatures go, well, these next couple of mornings, that's about the best it's going to get because we do fall below the averages all the way through next week. So cold air, yes, present. Dry conditions, absolutely. Time to take stock in some of that hand lotion. Take care of your lips and noses because we will feel that breeze again on Saturday ahead of our next storm system. Not going to be strong, and I really should not call it a storm system. Just a couple of weak areas of low pressure swinging right below us.